Right now in weekend mornings, 8 people killed and 7 injured at a Texas outlet mall Saturday. What you need to know. Also, a planned workers' strike from Kuna Mutual Group, what they're trying to do ahead of what could be the first strike in the company history.
And we got a foggy morning to the start for the end of the weekend, but that'll change quickly today with warmer temperatures and another round of strong to severe storms later this afternoon and tonight.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on weekend mornings. Let's take a look outside this morning with Greg Barnhart for what's ahead for your day.
Yeah, we still got the morning fog, which is really the main thing, but we're also watching the potential for strong or severe later this afternoon or tonight. And this is for mainly southwest Wisconsin, closer to the Illinois-Wisconsin border. High winds, heavy rainfall could be something even bigger, and then large hail too, somewhere to keep an eye on. Otherwise, we still got the dense fog out there. Zero visibility for a lot of eastern Iowa, western Wisconsin, all the way from Red Wing down to Monroe and Janesville. We're seeing a little bit improvement of that at Madison up to 5, but still something to keep in mind if you're driving out there. Dense fog advisories for the shaded areas are in effect until about 9 a.m. We should see that begin to burn off here in another couple hours. In the meantime, all the precipitation we saw to the south, to the north has lifted off. We're monitoring some precipitation over in northwestern Iowa. We're going to be tracking that a little bit later here to show you kind of how that may impact our weather later in this afternoon, but overall just mid-50s, low 50s. We actually got colder than what we thought yet last night just because we cleared out and that allowed some fog potential to get up there. But future track does not show much really into the next several hours. That stuff in Iowa will probably be here more this afternoon, and we'll show that a bit later. Otherwise, look at La Crosse. Fog will kind of lift. We'll get up into the low 70s. Colder than we yesterday. You see the north winds right now falling, so they're kind of north of the front that we're watching right now. And then for Madison area, we're looking at fog potential this morning, showers maybe this afternoon, and then more tonight. You see, we could get up to 79 or 80 degrees if we get that sun out. As you notice, the wind's more north-northeast. So later in the broadcast, we'll track that next round of showers and thunderstorms tonight, as well as what the next week looks like a bit later in the broadcast.
Thanks so much, Greg. 8 people were killed and 7 injured in a shooting at an outlet mall near Dallas Saturday. The gunman, who authorities believe was acting alone, is also dead. Olivia Leach has more on this developing story.
Law enforcement rushed to the scene of a shooting at a Texas outlet mall on Saturday.
And all of a sudden we heard pop, 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 and I just grabbed my kids and ran.
Authorities briefed the public on the incident.
At 3:36 this afternoon, one of our officers was on an unrelated call at the outlet mall. He heard gunshots, went to the gunshots, engaged the suspect and neutralized the suspect.
We transported 9 victims to area trauma facilities. Those are the ones that we know of.
This man says he was shopping for shoes when he heard gunfire.
So we ran to the front after we heard like 20 more pops go off, and there's a guy right across nearby like Francesca's, and full outfitted assault rifle, just shooting at people.
I saw someone with blood on them, and then I ran into the back with my mom, and we just stayed down, hunkered down.
At one point, groups of people were led through the mall with hands up as an apparent precaution. A law enforcement source tells CBS News that FBI and ATF agents are on the scene and assisting local authorities. Olivia Leach, CBS News, Allen, Texas.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott called the shooting an unspeakable tragedy. To Milwaukee now, where a man accused of trying to rob an armored truck is dead after a shootout with guards. It happened just before 5 p.m. on Friday evening. Police say the 47-year-old Kenosha man tried robbing the armored truck and shot a guard. That's when another guard reportedly shot and killed the suspect, who died on scene. The injured guard was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. The other guard was not hurt. Police say they recovered 2 handguns and 1 shotgun at the scene. Right now, it's unclear which weapons may have belonged to the suspect. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office is reviewing this case. A Wisconsin World War II soldier who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country was laid to rest Saturday, decades after his death. First Lieutenant Harms, a 26-year-old B-24 pilot, was killed in action, shot down over Romania in 1943. It was during a bombing mission. His body was lost. Then 6 years ago, the U.S. government began exhuming his remains, believed to be associated with Harms' mission. Last summer, using the DNA of his sister, Laura Harms Murphy, and nephew, Harms was finally found. And less than 2 weeks away from a planned strike for workers from the Kuna Mutual Group, They are trying to rally supporters and urge company leaders to do what it takes to work out a deal. This comes after months of failed negotiations, the termination of the union's chief steward, and over 90% of employees voting to authorize strike. Talia Mohadin joined them at the Capitol Saturday morning and has the story.
1, 2, 3, 4. We won't take it anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, negotiate.
While their goal is to avoid a strike,
And we're going to do whatever we need to do in order to get a fair contract.
workers at CUNA Mutual Group are telling company leaders they're not backing down.
What do we do?
Gathering on the square as hundreds pass through the farmers market, they're hoping to rally community support. Already getting the attention of State Representative Lisa Subeck.
When I see that sign right there that says 400 days, no contract, I can't help but wonder, is that what a good neighbor looks like? No, a good neighbor would be negotiating with their employees.
Leaders with OPEIU Local 39, the union negotiating contract, say their employer hasn't been bargaining in good faith. And so far, they've filed 6 unfair labor practice claims against CUNA.
We thought we were making progress, and then within the last few months, since December, things kind of came to a stall.
A source close to negotiations told News 3 Now the company hasn't received a counter-offer from OPIU since CUNA's contract proposal in February. In a statement, company leaders also said, in part, "We respect the decision of our employees to authorize a strike, and we are determined to reach a fair and market competitive agreement that meets the needs of our employees, our customers, and our company." Workers say they're prioritizing health care, job security, and wages that keep up with inflation.
We have 2 days of bargaining set. We have numerous issues on the table. It seems highly unlikely we can get through all of those issues in 2 days.
And they say for any real chance at averting a strike, CUNA management will need to put in more hours at the table.
What do we want? A contract! When do we want it? Now!
If the strike were to move forward, it would be the first in the union's history with the company. Right now, the strike is set for May 19th. Still ahead, we go center stage with a look at one of the most prestigious awards for high school jazz bands. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Greg is tracking your forecast just ahead.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
This ring symbolizes the eternity of our relationship.
We met in 7th grade typing class. 16 years later, I said, will you be my girl?
Jesse, I've always been your girl.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I used to pre-rinse dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get them clean. But new Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
Scrub, soak, nope. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
Only Platinum Plus is bigger, with double the Dawn grease fighting power and double the scrubbing power. So you can load this and get this.
I'm not the type to break the dish rules. Or am I?
Scrape, load, done. New Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently. The
stay locked in, I need to keep up my strength and my energy.
Cliff Bar is the ultimate energy bar, purposefully crafted with a blend of protein, fat, and carbs.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
How do we decide what hotel to book?
Fear not, I got you. Choice Hotels has a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos.
Spacious.
That's what they all say. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
The good news, U.S. Cellular gives you $1,200 off any phone with no trade-in needed.
Wow.
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
It's just a scratch.
It's broken.
Oh. Ooh.
U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Yeah, once we burn off this morning fog, we'll be dealing with maybe a severe threat, or that's been a little bit downgraded to what we saw yesterday, but still something to keep in mind of. That's why we got the alert day for this afternoon and tonight, mainly for southwest Wisconsin. It'll be later this afternoon and tonight for large winds, damaging winds, heavy rainfall and large hail. The stronger threat will be further south, and I'll show that, but still, if things change a little bit, that threat could actually push even further north too. So something to keep in mind of. Once we get past today, where we have the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, once again, a lot of this activity is mainly south of La Crosse. The severe potential I already mentioned. We'll have showers to Monday too, a few thunderstorms, but then things change for the rest of the week. We dry out. Really, Tuesday through Thursday, it's going to be dry, 70s Tuesday and Wednesday, and we should get up to the 80s by Thursday. Overnight lows will get back into the 40s. We're not seeing any freezing conditions, but we will get back. We've been holding in the 50s for the most part. Really, the southwest flow continues to bring these waves. Right now, we're tracking one that's in northwest Iowa. That's the one that could come over and impact us. And then we'll see more development probably in Iowa later this afternoon once we heat up. And that's the one that, as it lifts northeast, could be the reason that we could see some severe potential, at least get close to the area later tonight and then tomorrow, and then things change. As we look at the severe threat, once again, the more enhanced risk is down in Iowa, where the better threat is. It's slight up into southwest Wisconsin, and then it really tails off pretty quickly as you go north to just marginal risk up towards just near La Crosse. So that's what we're looking at. If we track out the showers and thunderstorms today, watch out to the west. We'll see that first batch come with that area that I mentioned in Iowa. It'll kind of spread across the area later this afternoon. We'll see how that develops. That doesn't look severe right now, but that could change as we heat up into the upper 70s by the time that gets here. And then it'll probably approach Madison if it stays together sometime around in the early afternoon hours. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll reach 80. We may see a break after that. And then what I mentioned with that activity that'll develop in Iowa later, that'll lift north towards the area later this evening. And then tonight, as you see, it kind of scoots really close to the Wisconsin-Illinois border. That's where the main threat is. Areas to the north of the Dells may not see much in the way actually of showers throughout the day or even night. And then later on, we'll see that break up. And then there could be another round coming later tomorrow, as you see, kind of scooting once again right across the border. We'll see how these develop, but that's the area we're concerned with. As you see these train over the same areas, that's why we're also concerned with heavy rainfall towards the Illinois border, just because of that training of the storms or the same area through tonight. As we get towards tomorrow, Monday morning, we'll see just some light morning showers for mostly just southern Wisconsin. Northern areas along La Crosse will probably just see cloud cover, and then breaks in the cloud cover Monday. We may see additional, with instability in the afternoon, another round of showers and thunderstorms come through. Very widely isolated, but notice the winds more northeast. That means cooler temperatures will probably only get up into the upper 60s, near 70, definitely compared to what we were in the 80s, as you see in the 10-day forecast right now. Tuesday, it'll be cool, but once again, that's pretty seasonal average of 70 degrees, and then we climb back up to the 80s for Thursday, with the next round coming in the weekend for showers and thunderstorms. Same story for La Crosse, 80 maybe Wednesday, Thursday, with another round coming, and right now it does look a little bit wet, maybe for Mother's Day next Sunday with around 70 degrees, but that could change, so we'll keep an eye on that too.
Mother's Day just a week away now.
That's true, just a week away.
Gotta make sure we get a gift out for them. I haven't gotten one yet. I still have to do that. So
we'll get on it.
Well, thank you, Greg. We go center stage now for one of the most prestigious awards for high school jazz bands, which is the Essentially Ellington competition in New York City. High school students from across the country work tirelessly to be invited to the competition. Of the 15 finalist bands is the Sun Prairie Jazz Band. We talked to the ensemble's director about this amazing group in this week's Center Stage.
1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're headed out to New York, actually just in a couple of days, and that's going to be a whirlwind for those kids. I'm excited because most of these students have never been out to New York, so it's a new experience for them. and none of them have had the essentially Ellington Festival experience as well. So yeah, it's New York, and there'll be you know, some Central Park and some 9/11 Memorial and some jazz clubs. But the biggest part of the trip is really being members of that festival, which includes being able to meet members of the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra, being able to ask them questions and Wynton Marsalis questions. They actually engage our kids in master classes and sectionals, as well as rehearsals where we're paired up with like a mentor from that band to coach our kids as well. And then hearing the other 14 finalist bands, and then for us being able to perform for that too, that's what makes up that entire 3-day experience, and it's going to be awesome. You're putting some of the most passionate musicians, passionate student musicians in the country all in the same venue for 3 days. That's going to feel amazing for these kids, and it's so cool that we get to be a part of that. Background? Go after that, Henry, go! One of the things that has made this ensemble work is trying to highlight the individual voices within it. And that's exactly what Duke Ellington did as a composer. He wasn't writing for school bands. He was writing for not even the instruments in front of him, but the human beings in front of them. So there's a reason why Duke's music sounds as Duke's music, and there's a reason why the Ellington Band sounds the way it did, is because that is the only band that had that exact makeup of those exact people and musicians with those exact skills. And so one of the things that we try to do here as well is, like, how can we raise up the individual voices in this ensemble? How can we look at our strengths? How can we look at the skills that we bring to the table? And how can we use Duke's music to portray that? And so I think that in a very, very real way, these students are the living embodiment. How we're approaching this is the living embodiment of how Duke Ellington approached music and how Duke Ellington viewed human beings as musicians and ensemble members. These were the kids that were most heavily influenced by our pandemic. I mean, these were the kids that just over a year ago were playing in bell covers and masks. Before that, they had to have band outside underneath tents, even when it was cold outside. You go back, and these are the same kids that had to endure Zoom band and virtual instruction and all of that. So certainly this is not a victim story, but when you think about what these students have had to persevere through over the last 3 years, the opportunity that this is also part of their story and part of their journey, I think is a real highlight for them.
For more information on the Sun Prairie Jazz Band, you can go to channel3000.com. The morning's top stories are just ahead. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program, a perfect gift idea for your loved ones, available for your home or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Place your order today at Feli's Flowers.
Milk with your cereal with Fairlife. It's more like cereal with your ultra-filtered milk with a creamy taste plus 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. Turn nutrition into nutrition. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
Hey, Dad. What's the ocean like? Are there animals living underwater? Is the ocean warm?
Yeah, it can be very warm.
You were made to remember some days forever. We were made to help you find the best way there.
handcrafted meal. Are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program, a perfect gift idea for your loved ones, available for your home or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Place your order today at Feli's Flowers.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we have the alert day here for later this afternoon tonight for the potential for some severe thunderstorms, mainly for southern Wisconsin and especially for southwest Wisconsin areas to the north of the Dells to La Crosse. Not going to see much in the way of showers, or definitely not going to see that severe threat. We are dealing with the fog this morning. We're seeing a slight improvement. Some areas now have kind of come up from zero visibility. Areas to southwest Wisconsin near zero all the way up from Red Wing. But Madison has improved. Also, Janesville and Monroe have come up a little bit too. So we should see that. Nothing on radar or the future track shows a few showers approaching, but that won't be till after 1 or 2 to eastern Iowa. We'll be tracking that to see what that does when it gets into southern Wisconsin later this afternoon. So bottom line, the showers and thunderstorms later today and tonight. Once again, better shot for southern Wisconsin. Northern Wisconsin won't see much. More showers to Monday, but less coverage. Maybe isolated thunderstorm. Cooler up to the north, more 60s to 70s. And then we do look like a dry stretch from Tuesday to Thursday, with high temperatures rising back up into the 80s Wednesday or Thursday for all areas.
Thank you so much, Greg. A famous Arizona woman who is a breast cancer survivor is sharing her story of perseverance and ways to fund new research. Heidi Alaga has this report.
How do you react to diagnosis of breast cancer?
Cry. You cry a lot. It was very, very traumatic.
Jenny Clements was just 15 years old when a doctor told her the unexpected.
I had breast cancer and it needed to come out immediately. Next morning I woke up and I didn't have a breast, I didn't have lymph nodes, and I didn't have a muscle.
That was back in 1956.
We didn't talk about it. Nobody in the school ever asked me anything at all.
It's a topic she shied away from for decades.
And then you wonder how your life is going to be, if any man will ever like you or love you. Will you ever get married? That certainly was in my mind.
But those thoughts quickly disappeared when she met her first husband, Bill Clements.
And he asked me to get married 2.5 weeks after we met, and we were married 3 months later.
They moved to Tucson in 1974, had 2 beautiful children, and ran Golden Eagle Distributors, the local distributor of Anheuser-Busch products. In 1995, Bill passed away from lung cancer. Jenny went another decade staying silent about her own cancer journey until this book changed her life.
Promise Me is a story about Susan G. Komen. And I decided in 2006 that I would start talking about breast cancer. So I started a Jenny L. Clements Breast Cancer Fund, and I donated $50 a year.
$50 to mark 50 years since her cancer diagnosis.
But I sold Golden Eagle, so I had a little bit more money, and decided that I wanted to make a difference.
3 years ago, the University of Arizona received an $8.5 million gift to establish the Jenny L. Clements Breast Cancer Research Institute.
I wanted to see everything work. I want to see that I am helping men and women who have breast cancer.
But whether it's $50 or $8.5 million, Jenny says it's not about the money.
Because it doesn't matter what you give if you give. It doesn't matter if you give $1. It doesn't matter if you give $25. Give something to something that you are really passionate about.
Little did she know her life's passion was sparked when she was a teenager.
I've been blessed, and I can't thank the Lord enough for blessing me to do something for others.
So let's go back to what 15-year-old Jenny was thinking after being diagnosed with breast cancer.
And then you wonder how your life is going to be, if any man will ever like you or love you.
Fast forward to today.
But here I am today, 67 years later, and I'm okay.
And happily married to Tom Rogers.
So I found two wonderful men who loved me for me. I didn't have a breast with both of them. I don't have one now.
But what she does have is hope in her Breast Cancer Research Institute.
I could survive anything.
So that others can be survivors, just like her.
I hope both of my children are very proud of me.
There's still a half hour of news ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Stick with us. We're running through the morning's top news headlines next.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
We've got your back, road warriors. Because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Your work is your calling. It drives your days and powers your nights. But if your teeth no longer work as hard as you do, Aspen Dental is here with smile replacement solutions that work for your life. Whether it's your first step or a fast fix, you can get in today for all your denture needs, all at an affordable price. Right now, get new dentures for $30 per month per arch with 60 months financing. $1,770 total payments including interest. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Book today.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not, I got you. Choice Hotels has a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos.
Spacious.
That's what they all say. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
Celebrate the mom in your life. Choose from our collection of gift sets starting at $99.
It's one thing to say you have the most accurate forecast. It's another to prove it, and we've done just that.
For the third year in a row, First Warn Weather has been certified most accurate in Madison by WeatherRate, an independent research firm. They study all news stations' forecasts every day to determine which forecasts align with the actual observed conditions.
Only one station came out on top, and that's News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Trust the First Warn Weather team for your most accurate forecast.
Right now in Weekend Mornings, an officer killed in western Wisconsin last night. We have the latest information. Also, Coronation Weekend is in full swing. We'll go to London where the celebration of the new king continues on.
It's a foggy start to the last day of the weekend, but that could change with temperatures warming up near 80 and the potential for stronger severe storms later today and tonight.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. We'll head over to Greg Barnhart in the Weather Center right now for a first look at the forecast. Greg.
Yeah, we still got the dense fog out there in some areas, but we are tracking for some potential strong or severe storms for southern Wisconsin later this afternoon and more tonight. That's why we got the alert day for the damaging winds and large hail, not seeing a tornado threat, but also don't forget the heavy rain threat could be with this, and we'll show it exactly where that's going to be. But for the right now, we still got the dense fog advisory out to the areas to the west till 9 a.m. Visibility right now is still around 0 in far western Wisconsin and eastern Iowa, but we've seen some improvements north La Crosse and also some improvements towards Madison area and southward. So that's the good news, but still, if you're out driving, something to keep in mind of. It will be quite dense in areas. Overall, you can see the showers out to the northwest. That's the area that we're going to be tracking later. But otherwise, there's nothing on radar across southern and north central Wisconsin with temperatures really in the middle 50s, maybe low 50s. We'll start seeing that improve here later today. But overall, nothing to speak of in the next few hours. That showers out to the west. It'll take probably until the afternoon hours to get here. In the meantime, we got nothing going on. But we should see temperatures then continue to warm up once we break through this fog. Temperatures warming up to near 80 for at least southern Wisconsin. La Crosse will be just staying a little bit cooler in the low 70s. Just with that north wind, will keep it down there. But all in all, we could get 80s if we get the sun out, which will lead to that thunderstorm potential. So I'll break down that later when to expect that and what the week ahead looks like a bit later in the broadcast.
Well, thank you so much, Greg. A Western Wisconsin police officer died Saturday evening after being shot, a state representative confirmed. Authorities say there is no threat to the public. At approximately 6:15 p.m., a St. Croix County Sheriff deputy was called to a report of a potential drunk driver. Shortly after arriving, the deputy reported shots being fired, the officer then being shot and wounded and taken to a local hospital where they later died. The involved individual later fled and was found dead in a wooded area with a gunshot wound. Multiple police departments and sheriff's office sent their condolences to the St. Croix County Sheriff's Office following that incident. A Wisconsin World War II soldier who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country was laid to rest on Saturday, decades after his death. First Lieutenant Harms, a 26-year-old B-24 pilot, was killed in action being shot down over Romania in 1943 on a bombing mission. His body was lost. Then 6 years ago, the government began exhuming his remains that were believed to be associated with the mission. Last summer, using the DNA from his sister and a nephew, Harms was finally found.
She died in 2020, and before she passed, they identified the co-pilot through DNA. And I said, Mom, your brother was right there. It's just a matter of time. This is the only place where his remains belong, is right here.
Laura Harms Murphy will still be nearby when her brother is laid to rest, and her boys, with dozens of other living relatives, will get to see the young pilot from Grafton returning to his parents. Coronation weekend is still in full swing in the UK. King Charles III was crowned yesterday amid much pomp and circumstance. CBS News correspondent Ian Lee reports on what's next from outside Buckingham Palace.
God save the King! God save the King!
Those words are still echoing across the UK as the country keeps celebrating a new monarch. For the second day, Brits are filling the streets, but today is dedicated to parties and coronation communal lunches.
As a former French teacher, I've been obsessed with monarchy and things, and I think that no one does it like the Brits. And it's such an experience, a great experience to see kind of history, living history right now in action.
Tonight, a crowd of about 20,000 will witness in person a nationally televised concert at Windsor Castle. It features star singers including Katy Perry, Andrea Bocelli, and Lionel Richie. Yesterday, the coronation ceremony of King Charles III and his wife, Queen Camilla, brought celebrities, dignitaries, and the youngest members of the family to Westminster Abbey. Thousands of royal fans braved the rain and cold to line the procession route.
Most of us grow up on fairy tales about princes and princesses and kings and queens, so it feels like, we've been a part of it, even though we've been a long way away.
Not everyone here buys into the fairy tale. About 2,000 anti-monarchists protested.
The economy's falling apart and the public services are awful, and we need to invest in that and not in Charles and his big party.
But for the majority, the festivities continue tomorrow with what's being called the Big Help Out, a national holiday dedicated to volunteerism.
Back here in Wisconsin and in America, 144 firefighters from across the country who paid the ultimate sacrifice are being honored in Maryland this weekend. Each year, the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation dedicates this weekend for the official national tribute to all firefighters who died in the line of duty during the previous year. This year's program began with a candlelight service.
On this special night, fire departments, landmarks, homes, and businesses across the nation join us in remembering our fallen heroes.
3 firefighters with Wisconsin ties will be honored today. 20-year-old Riley Hyrus of Wisconsin Rapids and the 2 Mineral Point firefighters who died in the line of duty last year. 43-year-old Captain Brian Bush and 69-year-old James Ludlum were killed after a semi-truck hit their fire engine outside of Mineral Point. With the beautiful weather recently, Wisconsin fishermen have been itching to cast their lines into the water. Well, with the long wait is finally over, the inland lake sport fishing season is officially underway. Eric Peterson shows us how some are waiting to catch that trophy fish.
Let the casting begin. Dozens of boats dot the surface on Shawano Lake Saturday morning. Anglers aboard are looking for that early season catch. And at the end of a dock at Cecil Lakeside Park, Larry Wusso says he wouldn't miss opening day.
I didn't get my boat in yet just because of the rain and everything else, so I'm just casting off the pier, whatever I catch or whatever. Mostly right now weeds and stuff, but whatever, you never know what you catch in there.
Some are able to launch their boats at the landing nearby. Kyle Bittner says he's after bluegills and crappies.
I haven't been out in a couple weeks, but it's all right. It's going to be picking up here in a little bit.
Okay. How's the weather going to be for today?
A little gloomy.
Is that going to affect you at all, or how's that going
No, we got our rain gear. We're ready to go.
Gloomy conditions are found at Shawano's Huckleberry Harbor, too. The boat launch connects anglers to Shawano Lake and the Wolf River. That's where Jacob Klott and William Weaver are testing their luck.
Just to catch a fish. I'll be out here for 10, 12 hours, and if I catch one fish, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back out here the same day or the next day.
The two say they haven't caught much.
The weather's been, one week it's warm, the next week it's cold, so the water temperature is going up and down. And
yeah,
I've been fishing a lot down by the bridge, catching a lot of suckers and stuff.
Back at Cecil Lakeside Park, Larry Wusso continues to cast.
It's what it is. There's not a lot of weeds out here yet and stuff, so once the weeds come in, the fish come in, so.
Yeah.
And right now, just practice casting a little bit, I guess.
Still to come, a look at National Nurses Day and the struggles that some of them continue to face. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
This Mother's Day, a Massage Envy gift card is just what Mom needs.
Eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and...
Give Mom the gift of me time. Massage Envy, where better begins.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Migraine hits hard, so you hit back with Ubrelvy. You level up. You won't take a time out. One dose of Ubrelvy works fast. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Yeah, we have more showers and thunderstorms coming once again this afternoon and tonight. If we look at satellite right now, you can see the one that we're kind of watching is the area in northwestern Iowa that's beginning to push eastward. We'll see what that does once it gets here this afternoon with more development further to the back. If we zoom in, temperatures overall across the region are in the 50s with still that dense fog out there. That's what we're going to be dealing with at least for a few more hours, but I think overall things will start to improve. La Crosse will see more sun coming up, but they'll be further north, so just getting into the low 70s with that north wind, light wind, and then cooling back down. Not much of a shower chance up there. I think that'll happen tonight, but even then, it's not that great. More southern Wisconsin we'll see maybe around this afternoon for Madison. Could be a thunderstorm in there. We could get up to 80 if we get that sun out. Notice the winds are more easterly, but I think a lot of areas will get up into low areas. There's your severe threat. It increases as we go further south into Iowa, so we have a slight risk to marginal risk with mainly just hail as the thing that we're going to keep an eye on, and that's why we got the alert day for later this afternoon and tonight for southern Wisconsin, mainly southwestern Wisconsin too, for those threats. I'll break down when to expect those threats to come through and what the rest of the work week looks like a bit later in the broadcast.
Thank you so much, Greg. Today is National Nurses Day, and in the post-pandemic world, there remains challenges nurses face, which includes struggles with mental health and hospital facilities shutting down. Ashley Sharp has this report.
Nursing is a calling, and for Carter Todd, a nurse manager at Kaiser Roseville and former PICU nurse, it's a passion.
We are kind of the glue to the healthcare system.
Building the pipeline to get more minority nurses in the field is why he founded the Capital City Black Nurses Association.
Communities of color, like you talked about, our representation in nursing historically has not been there.
Data shows only about 5% of California nurses are Black.
And the evidence shows that when you have healthcare professionals that look like you, that understand where you're from, that speak the same language, you're going to get better care.
Disparities stem from the lack of STEM classes in many middle and high schools with less resources. Todd says getting rigorous science and math courses for all students is where change starts.
If you're at a school that historically doesn't receive the same funding as a school, in a district right next to you, it's hard to get that same access.
What are you setting out to change in the nursing field?
I want nursing to be for everybody, and I want nursing to help everybody.
A shocking report released in April by the California Hospital Association found 1 in 5 hospitals in the state are at risk of closure. One of many factors is workforce shortages. For Todd, his work is more important now than ever.
Burnout on the front line for healthcare professionals is real. And this last 3 years, it really just amplified how tough it is.
Todd says he's changing the narrative and pushing his profession to young people who may not know it's possible.
Nursing is for everybody. It should be an option for everybody. And I think that we're getting there. I'm really proud of what we've been doing over the last 5 years.
And not stopping until barriers are broken down.
Well, still to come, our top sports headlines. Plus, you're taking a look over the Capitol. Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Turn your low energy into big fitness energy at Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th. Join for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout. Join today. $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, current Chevy owners get a $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
This necklace is a new piece of my soul.
It is one of my love languages to gift.
I always knew I had a sister and she did it. When we met, it was what I longed for my entire life.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Turn your low energy into big fitness energy at Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th. Join for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout. Join today. $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, the fog's starting to burn off, so attention really is going to start turning to the potential for some strong or severe storms later this afternoon and tonight. Really for southern Wisconsin, areas of La Crosse, northward, probably won't see much in the way of showers or even thunderstorms, but southwest Wisconsin, and I'll show you even getting to Iowa is where we're watching right now. So really today it's the thunderstorms that we'll deal with, severe potential, maybe heavy rain, and then showers continue on Monday, maybe a few storms, but they'll be widely scattered. Probably see some breaks in the clouds come Monday. The good news is once we get past Monday, the rest of the week, at least through Thursday, looks dry. 70s, we'll get back into the 80s, maybe Wednesday, but especially Thursday. Overnight lows will dip back in the 40s, but once again, we see no frost or freeze issues going on. So that's the good news, too, is that we're kind of in the planting season right now. We're watching the wave right now over northwest Iowa. That's the one that's going to track eastward. And then we'll see more development later this afternoon, probably over central Iowa. As you see, the southwest flow continues to push these waves, and then they develop thunderstorm complexes during the late afternoon or overnight, and then we track them and see where they go. And that's what we're going to see later this afternoon. So as we go back for the severe threat, like I mentioned, we're looking for Iowa really to the south, but the enhanced risk, the slight risk goes up to about southern Wisconsin, and then it tapers off pretty quickly, just marginal. Areas to the north of La Crosse won't see much in the way. Really a hail threat. I think the wind threat more is just our south. If this changes or adjusts for the north, then we'll see an increase in the severe threat, which could happen. But overall, this morning, we'll just see the cloud cover kind of break up. The fog will lift. We'll see temperatures warm up fairly quickly once the sun comes out. And then we're going to track that little area that's in northwest Iowa to see what it does as it develops and pushes towards the area around 2 or 3 in the afternoon through southwest Wisconsin. And then it continues to push eastward. We'll see what it does develop. It could be severe. or at least strong potential as approaches later on to Madison in the afternoon. This hasn't fallen apart right now, but every time we kind of keep updating this, it does kind of go back and forth on what it's doing, so we'll keep an eye. We'll have a break probably in the afternoon, and then we'll see this line start to form right here. You can see overall towards 10 p.m., and then more of the showers and thunderstorms develop towards southern Wisconsin overnight hours. This has the potential, once again, if you see this area kind of train over the same area, that's why there is a heavy rain threat pretty much from Prairie du Chien all the way down to Janesville if this continues to develop. I think by morning hours commute, most of the thunderstorms will be over. We'll still see showers here and there for southern Wisconsin, mainly cloudy conditions. Temperatures more in the mid-50s as you wake up. And then we might see a break in the cloud cover. Cooler temperatures tomorrow afternoon, but I do believe we might see another developing of a few showers or thunderstorms by the afternoon. Very widely scattered. A lot of areas will probably remain dry. Northeast winds that'll help keep temperatures down more towards the upper 60s to near 70s, so it'll feel cooler, but still not overall that bad. That comes across. That should set up for a cool night, and once again, drier conditions as we go into our Tuesday and then Wednesday for both areas, with temperatures climbing back up to probably close to 80 for La Crosse, or maybe even 80 for La Crosse into Wednesday and Thursday, and then showers and thunderstorms come back in for Mother's Day weekend. And as right now, it does look like it'll be cooler and a little bit wet come Mother's Day, but that could change, so stay tuned.
You know what they say, there's no place like home, and getting back to Goodwin Diamond is just what Wisconsin softball needed. Friday night, Maddie Schwartz recorded her third shutout on the season en route to a 3-0 win. Back for Game 2 with the Hawkeyes yesterday, UW breaks out the bats in the first inning. With a runner in scoring position, Brooke Cuffle takes it down the left field line to drive in that first run, and the offense, they're just getting started. Up 5-0 in the second, Kayla Kahn went on base. Ellie Hubbard delivers right here on a full count with 2 outs. It's a 2-run homer. The Badgers win at 9-0 in 5. Peyton Monticelli with the complete game shutout. UW's got the series win. They're going to go for that sweep today with first pitch at 1. Brewers riding a season-worst 5-game losing streak coming off a loss to the Giants. The Crew has Colin Ray on the bump last night. He's looking to pick up his first win of the season, but it's a rough outing. Gives up 3 runs. The Brewers are also struggling at the plate. They finally get on the board in the 9th. That's courtesy of an Owen Miller RBI single. But that's where the rally ends. Crew falls 4-1. Their 6th straight loss. The series finale is set for today at 3:05. Triple Crown season is upon us. The 149th run for the Roses took place Saturday afternoon at Churchill Downs. And winning this year's Kentucky Derby is 15-1-shot Mage. Here's how he did it. Coming down the stretch, 2 fills in the lead. Mage is able to make up ground and edge 2 fills, winning by a length. Steve Stricker, have yourself a day. The Madison native tore up the back 9 in the second round of the Mitsubishi Electric Classic. On 16, he sinks a hole-in-one. It's the 4th ace of his career, and then he closes out this round with an eagle. Strick up 11 spots on the leaderboard, currently tied for 9th and 8 shots off the lead. Back to you.
As a reminder, you can make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7.
At JR's Mulch Sales, mulch is all we do, which is why we do it better. We deliver 10 varieties of mulch 7 days a week, right to your door. Call us today.
JR's Mulch Sales, spread it around.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste. Turn scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
This Mother's Day, a Massage Envy gift card is just what Mom needs.
Eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and
Give Mom the gift of me time. Massage Envy, where better begins.
If you've got the TV volume way up right now, then you really need these. These tiny but powerful little hearing aids are the Nano CIC Recharge, priced at only $297 for a full pair. These are not simply amplifiers. These are ultra high quality, ultra reliable hearing aids, priced thousands less than other hearing aids. They fit right in your ear. Nothing shows in the back of your ear. Payments as low as $36 $9 a month.
1-800-276-3995.
All the things I feel inside when I see my mother's eyes. Love is always in her smile. There is no home like a mom.
Celebrate the mom in your life. Choose from our collection of gift sets starting at $99.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. With Skyrizi, most people who achieve 90% clearer skin at 4 months had lasting clearance through 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Talk to your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At JR's Mulch Sales, mulch is all we do, which is why we do it better. We deliver 10 varieties of mulch 7 days a week, right to your door. Call us today.
JR's Mulch Sales, spread it around.
It's aged to perfection, and if you want to taste, it'll cost you some serious cheddar. Monday, Josh is in Mineral Point for the debut of a cheese 20 years in the making.
And the warm weather will continue, but what about the chance for rain? Join us Monday between 4:30 and 7.
Show us your weather photos, and you could win a First Warn weather umbrella. Send us your weather pics in an email or on the First Warn weather app. We'll select and showcase the winning entries each day on News 3 Now this morning and News 3 Now at 6. Send in your pics to win a First Warn weather umbrella today.
And finally today, flags will fly at half-staff out of respect for firefighters, those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Service is scheduled for today at 9 a.m. And great. Now let's go check the forecast last time.
Yeah, we still got the severe weather threat really for this afternoon and tonight. Like it's again, just for southwest, south central Wisconsin, areas to the north will not see this. Heavy rain is one thing to also keep in mind of if we see some of these thunderstorms train. But in the meantime, we still got the fog issue out there. We're seeing some improvement, but still there's some areas that are absolutely just zero, so one to keep in mind of. There's that line that we're watching developing later this afternoon that should be getting close to the Mississippi River with a shower La Crosse and maybe thunderstorms further south. We'll see how that continues to develop and evolve as it heads further east through the afternoon hours. That could change, but that's what we're kind of keeping an eye. But bottom line, once we have the showers and thunderstorms later tonight and tomorrow, we'll have a few showers tomorrow once again. Better chance all is southern Wisconsin. Cooler conditions, 80s today, tomorrow more 60s, 70s. But then we dry out for the middle of the week with temperatures going back up probably to 80s by the middle of the week.
Thank you, Greg. Everyone have a great Sunday.